Hi. Hi everyone, it's me again. Now we're on Blackboard. So I kind of ran through the syllabus. As I was going through the syllabus, I thought to myself, wow, this is a lot of information. So take some time to absorb it. Don't just use my words as information. Read the syllabus, comprehend it. The major place of communication will be Blackboard. I will have everything official up there. I'll send other random emails via announcements, which I'll also send to your emails. Which reminds me that please make sure you check your AU email or have it forwarded to the email that you will check. That's the only email I will be using to correspond with you. If you go to content, again, you will see a lot of information here. You'll see the syllabus, which we talked about. And then each week, you will have the information for that week. I call them modules, even though it's like a folder. So this is week 1. In week 1, you will have a presentation that I have not put up yet. That's always the first thing. Then you'll have your readings, and then you would have a media folder, which we don't really have for week 1, and I'll explain that in a second. As you can tell from the syllabus, we have an APA quiz. The website and the quiz, the link to the quiz are here, and it gives you instructions on where to send the results on the first day of class. But if you go to readings, these are the readings that you will have in addition to anything I asked you to read in Diane Ravitch's book. This American Educational History Hypertext Timeline is something that we will use a lot. It is this great timeline that goes from 1607 all the way to 2015. And it has certain key points in history that affect education. You may say, oh, there's something missing, which is very valid, and you can actually make suggestions to add other historical references. But I think it's a great guide. It's a great guide, and you'll learn a lot from it. A lot to digest, but when you're doing your article responses, you're going to be relating back to this, so always keep it in mind. And what I hope you will understand is that the saying "history repeats itself" is true. You'll question, are we learning from history? What part in history is telling of what we're dealing with now in education? There's a lot of questions that I want you to think about from this hypertext. Yes, let me go back to here. So anyway, that's the week 1 reading, A Nation at Risk. John Dewey's Pedagogic Creed is also in there. So you'll always have a readings folder, again, in addition to Ravitch's. Some of them are short articles, some of them might be a little bit longer. You'll also have where you will deposit your article responses and your media responses. Again, typically you have a media folder. This week we don't, because your first media assignment is to verify proof that you have a Twitter feed, that you're following Diane Ravitch, just sort of set up your account. So that's the first media response. So for media response 1, really the rubric doesn't really follow what I'm asking for week 1. But let's just go to week 2 to kind of see how it also will look there. So week 2, again, you'll have a presentation that I'll put up Sunday morning before the week. The readings, again, these readings I may keep, I may change. Everything will be up by Sunday at 9 a.m. Your week 2 media, here this is not really a folder, but more a list of videos that I want you to watch. These are actually great videos. But you'll see that there's media that you'll be responding to, as well as using that to determine what you're going to be following in your Twitter feed. I'm really excited about the Twitter feed. I just started doing that with this course, and people just learn so much from it. So, and then these are where you deposit the assignments. I grade the assignments. My goal is to grade the assignments by Sunday night, so I try to keep on top of my grading as much as possible. Most likely I will have a graduate assistant, and they might be helping me with the social media component of this course, but I'll let you know as soon as that is finalized. So you'll see each week. I also try to, like with article responses, I might post an exemplar, especially in the beginning weeks, based on content, based on, hey, this helps you provide a guide for what I'm looking for. with the Twitter, since we're on social media, this will be filled out by myself or the graduate assistant, and we'll give you suggestions on people to follow for each week's topic. Again, week 1, everyone will be following Ravitch. Very interesting Twitter feed, very active in tweeting. And, you know, we're going to also add people that you might have thought about and suggested and put in your social media response that we haven't. So this would be a really great place to come back to. Case study, rubric, and topics. So it's in your syllabus, but let's see. By Friday, May 29th, you're going to email me, your partner, and what case study topic or assignment that you want to do. I have some suggestions here. We're going to have about 13 people in this class, and there's 7 suggestions here. If there's something else that you want to do a case study with a partner, you can. If we do have 13, there's an odd number out. We'll talk about whether we want a group of 3 or someone work by themselves. I really want you to work with a partner. I think collaboration with adults is one of the biggest things as a teacher, one of the most essential tasks you have to do. And collaborating with adults that you might not know, it's a really good skill and experience to have. I always say the adults are much harder than the children when you're teaching. So here are some suggestions. If you want to be assigned to one, you could pick a partner, or you can say, I want to do this, and then someone else can look at who is assigned to something and say, oh, I want to work with that person, and I'll get you together. Let me know on May 29th. The rubric for the case study is also here, and this is where you will submit your case study at the end of the class. Same thing with the personal education timeline. You will be submitting a draft, and during the first week, it's truly a draft. This is a great way to get to know each other. I feel that when I interviewed for this job, I did a personal education timeline, and I thought it was appropriate for being the director of the Office of Teacher Education, and I thought it was a really great way for people to understand who I am. My draft version example is listed here. It's to use as an example, but you're going to do your draft version during the first week. And this is going to be public. We want everyone to get to know each other. So take some time out after that first week to read everyone's education timeline. This really talks about a 4th essential question about our biases. We all come from a certain place of teaching and learning. As a teacher, we draw from that. Part of my job in this program, not just in this course, but in this program, is for you to understand all other perspectives. But it's important for everyone to understand where we come from. There's a rubric that we'll use for the final version, which is private because that's a reflection piece, and that you'll submit at the end of this semester. So this is really Blackboard. Again, this is where we're doing all of our work. If you have any questions, let me know. If they're individual, I'll answer them individually. If there's something that I think everyone should know that maybe I didn't answer, I will maybe send it to the group via announcements. I look forward to this course. I'm very excited. I'm very passionate about this course. I'm very passionate about education reform and foundations of education. But I'm also still a learner, and I love learning from my students as much as teaching. So I look forward to this course, and I will talk to you soon.